Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another review here on Pez of the Mind. I am James Phoenix. With me is Chriz the Mole.
Hello, darlings.
And Richter Hammer.
Hi, everybody.
And this is the continuation of our ongoing monthly look at the Transformers films. You can see our reviews of the first three films in the backlog if you want to watch those. And today we are here to look at the fourth film in the series, and that is Transformers Age of Extinction.
Yep.
Also,
Also known as, why the fuck was this almost 3 hours long? For what the fuck they gave us. Like I mentioned, I'd only seen pieces of this, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch it all when we go to do this. I'm like, okay. I made the way through, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to end it, but the Dinobots haven't even shown up yet. Oh, okay, we're still going. Okay. another hour. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, there's the Dino. What? Why is it still going?
Yep. Well, they needed to make time so they could do all that establishment of Transformium.
Now, I will admit, it has a plot, which is something we hated with the second one. I will admit the story does flow nicely. I do like the plot of this one. I just don't think it was executed to its, I don't know what you'd call it, to its full potential. Like, it's a lot of it's half-assed. Like, the amount of times that they tell us that the Transformers had gone to war with the humans in the same wording is ridiculous. But like, yeah, and the humans hunted us down. Oh, how come? Oh, okay, that's not coming up later on. Yeah, man, the humans hunted us down. What? You just said this. I am Optimus Prime. I've come back to life. I'm going to murder you all because the humans hunted us down. But stop telling us this. Tell us why. Because at the end of the fourth film, it didn't look like they were hunting the humans. In fact, it looked like at the end of the third one, they were probably going to forgive the Transformers because they saved the day. This is like Ghostbusters 2 opening again, where you're like, wait, what? Why does no one believe that they're real again? They literally just stopped a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in a sea of people watching, and people like, that's fake.
Walter Peck put out a blog post debunking the whole thing.
Yeah.
But no, I think the idea was supposed to be that the Transformers were being hunted down, but it was by this one specific offshoot group that the government itself didn't really know about. The government was of the opinion of, you could stay on our planet. We're not gonna throw you off our planet, but at the same time, we're not gonna like directly work together anymore. Do what you need to do and just don't kill anybody. But this other group was like, no, we need to kill all these robots.
We're not going to throw you off again. They did try to launch him into a rocket.
That's true. That's true. They did do that once.
They're like, sorry, our bad. We shouldn't have worked with the obviously evil guys. Mulligan? But you can stay here, mate.
They had Patrick Dempsey. Have you seen him?
Also, this is the first one without Shia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I will say I like Marky Mark, and he's way better than Shia.
I did like his character. I don't like him as much as Shia in 1, but I like him a hell of a lot more than him in 2 and 3. Because it felt like the only reason Shia LaBeouf was in 2 and 3 was just so they can go, oh, it's that guy again from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And now everything's in his mind. It's downloaded everything into his mind. Oh, okay. And his girlfriend, it's not just a normal girl, no. She's an evil robot that's going to kill him because first film. Remember him? He was good in that. And you're like, stop that.
Yep.
Like, Megatron could easily have killed him multiple times.
Yeah.
And it seems like the one thing Megatron would, because he's not Dr. Evil, where Scott Evil's gonna point out, wait, you're just gonna let him in that room? It's not like that. Like, Megatron would literally kill him as much as he could, but no! For some reason, Michelle LaBeouf is like, I'm sorry, the script does not call for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to pin you down.
Well, in fairness, he didn't kill his girlfriend either. He let himself be mentally manipulated by Shia's girlfriend and to be like, wait a minute, shouldn't you be the one up there winning this war?
Yeah. But I do like his character, and I like his daughter and stuff in this.
Mm-hmm.
His friend, I will say, I've seen him in multiple stuff. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Don't like that actor because he always seems too fake. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
With him, I guess spoilers. I was like half surprised that they killed him off. Like where that.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say you thought he was gonna replace the agent guy.
Kind of, yeah. Like, well, given the track record, the comic relief characters tend to be overexposed and they're too much. So I was like, this guy's going to be here the whole time. This is great. Then it was like halfway through, he just dies, and I was like, that was necessary, but I didn't think they would do that.
There you go.
I thought he'd be there the whole time. You'd just be like, God, this guy.
Till the 5th film, where it turns out he's been brought back as Rodimus Prime.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
And you just be like, wait, what? What just happened?
They'll put him into one of those little dudes that can then follow him around.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I will say, because I made 2 notes, and then I just gave up making notes, because I'm like, okay, I don't need to, I can just remember the rest. And they're both from the opening.
Okay.
Funniest scene, I will give it props to that guy who I don't like. One of the funniest scenes in the 4 films was when he throws him the football and just bounces off his head and knocks him unconscious. I was like, ha! Ha! When the football just goes, dung! And I'm like, okay, that's funny. The other note was when they showed the dinosaurs way back when. I don't need to say when back when, they're fucking dinosaurs, but when they showed the dinosaurs way back when, this is like olden times, it's like 80s, I think. But it's now when they show the dinosaurs, there's an overly showing, it was like an overly flashy sequence of a baby dinosaur where he survives when you're following him and his experience through this. When it just cuts away, and I'm like, what the fuck did he have to do with anything besides he was a dinosaur? What? Like I got invested in him. Well, not invested, but you know what I mean. I was like, oh, okay, what's he doing here? I want to see this little dinosaur. Cuts to the next future, man. What?
Yeah. Why was
he so focused on? Like, I can understand showing the dinosaurs, but don't make one dinosaur and show his little adventure. Like at that part, I was like, oh, it's like a crossover with Land Before Time.
Yeah.
But he was all cartoony,
and we have 5-10 minutes for this.
Yeah, he was so cute and I loved that little T-Rex, but. Why? Why is he there?
Did he grow up to become what's his face?
Grimlock?
Did he grow? You're asking me if a dinosaur grew up to become a robot?
Yeah, that's what he asked you.
He's a robot dinosaur, and the whole premise of this movie is that we can hand make Transformers now. So it wouldn't surprise me if like dinosaur died, but they put its consciousness in a robot or something.
They can try to make Transformers. Remember, he owns their DNA, but can't get it to behave how he wants.
That's right.
We can make him anything, except apparently Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Now, I will say,
let's just plug Megatron's head into this. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
I know, right?
Yep. It's even worse because do you remember Transformers Animated?
Mm-hmm.
And Energon, they both did plugging Megatron's head into stuff and it goes wrong. You think they'd find a new way of doing this?
Yeah.
I did love Animated, where it turns out all of the robots created were all because they found Megatron's corpse and had been reverse engineering him and stuff for years. And you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. This one, it's like, oh, okay. But I will admit, because as we know, a lot of these villains are just crap. I liked him in this one. I liked the new one.
The bounty hunter dude?
Yep.
Yeah, he was cool.
Dog, as I believe he's called.
Close enough.
Like, I thought it was weird that his face turned into a gun, and I could let some of that go, but it became such a long gun. I'm like, wouldn't he fall over? Like, nothing else transformed to brace him. It just kept coming out of his face, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And I will perfectly admit, I've forgotten his name. I remember him in the originals and stuff, and I remembered his name on this, but I can't remember his name.
Lockdown?
Thank you, Lockdown.
Yeah,
he looked so cool with the cool face, and like when he was talking to Frasier when he was up there with him, and he was talking about like tossed salad and scrambled eggs and stuff, and they were both having their conversation together. They looked so similar. But I liked him. I was like, he looks cool. He has a personality. His backstory isn't needlessly convoluted and just like, oh, he's an evil dude. What? This is cool. Later on in the film, Optimus murders him the same way he did Megatron. Fuck you, Optimus. Like, he literally slices him in half again. And you're like, stop this.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty bad when Optimus Prime comes to life. Spoilers, well, the whole review's going to be spoilers, but spoilers, he was down on his luck and living in someone's barn, which makes his colour disappear from him because paint is tied to life.
Yeah, it is.
Makes it revert to G1.
It's just weird whenever they do that, especially on the one where you're making it more realistic. He's like, when he comes, but the first thing he does when he comes to life, I'm going to murder you, and just goes to threaten him with a gun. Which is what? And the human's like, no, I helped you. And Optimus is like, oh, hi, I'm Optimus Prime. You're like, but you're doing this casually. Does this happen a lot? Where you're just like, I'm going to murder you, until they're like, no, we pulled the fawn out your paw. Oh, okay.
Yep.
We'll admit that is also funny when he tells his daughter to go into the house and then freeze the missile that launches towards the house. I'm like, it's kind of like too sitcom-y in terms of how fucking it has to be. Like, oh, I'm just going to put all these plates by the door. But
I'm going to carry this cake. Whoa.
Yes. But I will admit it was funny. I laughed when the missile flew in. And I like when she comes out and goes, "There's a missile in the family room." Not like you tried to fucking murder me. No, just it's slightly inconvenienced me having a missile shot at me.
Well, her dad's kind of crazy. That's probably somewhat normal.
Yeah,
It probably is, to be fair. Also, what the fuck with that scene that also seems to add nothing? The woman shows up who's showing off his property.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, don't show off my property. This is my property. She's like, no, this is my property. I'm going to show the property. He's like, no, this is my property. Please don't show my property. Then she's like, curse you. I guess it's your property. I will leave your property now. Don't reverse over my grass. Haha! Reverses over his grass and leaves. You're like, oh, never brought up again much. And you're like, oh, this could have easily been done with a phone call or him reading a letter. Just to explain that his house was got foreclosed. We didn't need this. Although props, because the woman that came out is African American and wasn't as much of a stereotype as she could have been. She kind of still was the loudmouth ones, but she wasn't as much as racist bots in 2.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. You got a well thought out bad guy. Some ethnic backgrounds for some people. Cool. Is this still written by the same guy? And then I remember, oh yeah, his daughter looks only like a couple of years younger than him, but she's really fucking hot, so that's okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's still him.
I like that they bothered having the thing with the foreclosure, but they blow it up anyway. So, like, you really didn't need it. Like, what was it? Like, oh, it's foreclosed upon, so it's okay that he leaves. Or it blew the fuck up.
That's to show. That's to make you sad, because based on the foreclosure, his house was one day away from retirement.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like later Kelsey Grammer's like, this can end with you going back to your farm. No, it can't. It would be a burning husk.
Well, in fairness, they do resolve that, because at the end, Stanley Tucci offers to rebuild his farms.
I know, but Kelsey Grammer wasn't going to do it. He's like, this can end and you just go home. There's no home, dude. Your guys kind of blew it up.
Yeah.
Well, Kelsey Grammer might not know that.
He knows everything. Except that Optimus Prime was going to off him.
And I also love the fact when they're doing the stunts and stuff, some of the stunts, which is something we're gonna obviously it's gonna be in all the Transformers, but like, why would the good guys, like, they weren't just trying to kill him, they were trying to kill him in dramatic and flaring ways. Like, there's a time where the guy has a shot and he's stood down on the edge of a building, like, pouches there. He's like, I can take this shot now and kill you. I know. I mean, he does something to make the building around him fall. So he goes, oh, and does these stunts and bounces off stuff. And you're like, just go for the kill. It's not like at work, I'll be, oh, employee of the month this year. Yep, it goes to this guy. Not only did he kill him, he did it with style.
Yes.
Style points. And you're like, oh, cool.
Okay.
But wait, aren't we a secret government agency? Isn't blowing up half a building to kill one guy, you know, kind of announcing we're here?
Yeah.
And they're like, it's fine. I wouldn't mind either if the guy, like, if it was to stop Optimus Prime, fair enough. Because Optimus can withstand the building. It's kind of, you know what I mean, like equal force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one guy whose kids turn out to love John Cena and Will Ferrell more than him.
It's true.
Daddy's Home one is fucking awesome. The second one, well, the first one's awesome. But damn it, I forgot his name again. What did you think of the main bad guy, Rick?
I thought he was pretty cool.
Lockdown.
Lockdown, yeah.
Thank
He's
you. Lockdown.
I like the bounty hunter type character, and I know he's from animated, but I never really saw much of that, so it was kind of cool to see him.
Yeah, I like Lockdown.
It's whoever I watched. He's outside of a couple basic characters, like pretty much like Prime B, Megatron, and Starscream. I know like none of the characters because I didn't really watch the cartoons when I was growing up. So whenever they bring in new characters, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a new game. And I have to look it up. Like, is this a pre-existing character? No, okay. There's one, yes, okay. Like, I never know, but yeah, he was definitely well done. Although it does make the interesting point though. He's a bounty hunter working for the creators. Creators. Primes, Fallen. How many gods or sets of godlike beings did the Cybertronians have?
One per magic MacGuffin that they have to get.
Yeah, they do have a lot, to be fair.
Now,
think of it like this, Jim. Just to put it in terms you would understand. Think of it like it's Power Rangers. And, oh, Zordon's created our powers. Oh, wait, no, it's Ninja. Oh, wait, no, it's another alien planet. Oh, wait, no, it's this. Every fucking time. And that's pretty much it, because it's designed to sell toys. So each time they make a new toy, like, oh, this one looks really good, they make it really important, like a god.
That's true.
that's pretty much what this is, to be fair.
Now, I have not actually seen the one after this the last night. Please tell me they at least hint that this whole thing is tying back to Unicron somehow. Has anybody seen that one?
I haven't seen it yet.
All right, well, then that's going to be an interesting review next time. We're all going to see it for the first time.
It does.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, I'm being honest, it really does tie into Unicron.
Okay.
And you get to meet one of the creators.
Okay. Neat.
Yes.
Yeah. So how about Steely?
I'm disappointed that it ties into Unicron.
Okay.
Only because Richter will back me up on this. How much have I wanted Unicron since these movies have been out?
A lot.
Probably a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And when they kind of tease him for the fifth one, and then they announce they're probably not going to do more, and you're like,
yeah.
No, don't do this. You're finally getting to the thing we've been waiting for. Nah, I'm not going to get to it. Not going to do it.
Yeah.
But you're obviously the fifth one. That's cool. But yeah, Optimus in this is as well. Like, I'm sure this is one of Richter's complaints. His relationship with the Dinobots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind Optimus being like the Dinobots being a little bit more proudful, and Optimus having to be like a little bit harsher with him. Fair enough. He's done that before. This one, he's pretty much, well, not pretty much, he exactly says to him, join us or I'm going to kill you, while holding a blade to his neck.
Yeah.
Even though the dinosaur wants to live in peace on his little island, he's like, I will fucking murder you unless you join me. Because we're the good guys. What? Join me or I'll cut your head off and shit down your neck. Join me, I'll repurpose you in Universal Studios Orlando as the Jurassic Park ride. Yeah. He's like, no, please, not that. But that was just weird when he did that. Like, I'm not sure how you felt about that scene, Rick. I fucking hated it when he's like, join us or I'm going to slice your neck off. Basically, he's like holding the blade there, like, join us or I'll kill you. You either join me or you die.
I like in the beginning when he just bitch slaps them. That was funny. But yeah, I mean, I guess it didn't bother me as much because over the course of the films, he's become like, almost a parody of Optimus Prime. That it's just like, he's just like, join me or die. It's like, yeah, I don't know. You've just blown away sentient creature. It's fine.
Well, yeah, he started out being around nice, and he was just blowing away casual sentient creatures. Then he was willing to murder his enemies. Now he's willing to murder his allies. It's an arc.
Yeah, but exactly. I also put it to you though, Jim. Take his speech from this one when he's like, either you're with me or you die. And imagine Hayden Christensen saying it, and you've pretty much got most of it. You've pretty much got some episode 3 dialogue. And I like episode 3, but it works for that because he actually wins the bad guy at that point. And you're just like, why? But yeah, well, he's become way too killing Prime.
Well, let's be fair to Optimus, though. I mean, fair enough. Okay, when he got to the point of killing his enemies, I don't know, but after the last time he went through this, when his mentor, who he believed to be his closest ally, turned out to be an evil dickhead, I'd probably stop taking shit from everybody, too.
But this one, the guy's not even giving him shit. He hunted him down to find him, and then had the goal to say, you either with me or I'm going to kill you, when he just wants to be left alone. This is literally German on Poland.
Ouch.
This is literally the type. That's literally what Hitler would do. That's literally what Germany did with Poland. Of no, you're either with us or we're going to murder your whole country. That's an Optimus Prime right there. He's Hitler Prime.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's become terrible. Like Richter said, yeah, over the course of the films, it was like first film, okay, this is Optimus Prime. Second film, okay, a little bit tougher. I kind of like that. Third one, I like the Decepticon punk line. Way too killy after that point. This one, he's just like, I'm gonna murder every last one of you. Like, he's basically Ichigo with the hollow mask when he can't control it at this point. Also, Optimus, when he's like, yeah, I remember I went through the same thing with Bumblebee. And you're like, what? You did not go through the same thing as he's going through right now with Bumblebee. Fuck you. You did not go through this with Bumblebee. Also, it was when he says that, it's the father concerned about his daughter. If you've seen the originals and the stuff they implied and how they gave you his backstory in the game, it was supposed to be canon-ish to a certain point, that Rise of the Darkspark. Wasn't Bumblebee wasn't the reason Bumblebee was Optimus Prime because he's a fucking great soldier?
You would think.
So this is literally like someone coming back from war, and then the sergeant going, "Oh yeah, it's my baby girl. Ah, who's a good baby girl? Ah." You'd be like, "You're completely understating how much I saved everyone in the trenches." Good girl. You're so pretty, aren't you, Bumblebee?
Well, in all fairness, we got this prequel coming up. Bumblebee was apparently trained by John Cena, so.
I think he more met John Cena.
Either way, I'm sure John Cena taught him, to never give up and to believe in hustle, loyalty, and respect. But John Cena's also like the prettiest soldier you're going to see on the front line. So.
Also, we don't know if it's a prequel.
I thought they confirmed it was. Fair enough.
They said it's a prequel, and then at the same time, they also said it's going to tie into stuff that's happened on Earth since the first one. So it's possible it's in between, the gap between when we finally actually get an explanation for why the humans are trying to kill him.
Okay, I can see that.
But if it is a prequel, I wouldn't mind if it's a full prequel. Can he talk?
That'd be nice.
It'll be how it got damaged.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, and it'll be in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or John Cena will die and he'll keep crying and be like, I can't stand this. Oh my words, it's choking me. Ooh, rips his own voice box out. Throws it to the floor and he will never speak again because that's how much John Cena meant to him.
Yes. That's what I want to happen now.
There you go.
And all the audience will be like, the fuck did you just say?
Speaking of voices, was everybody glad that Frank Welker came back to do Galvatron?
Yeah.
Because Hugo Weaving was like, I can't work like this with no direction. Fuck this.
Yeah, I will admit, I prefer Hugo Weaving's voice in the first film. Obviously in the second and third too, because he has a much harsher, evil-sounding voice for a film.
Yeah.
It's a bigger scope. But
Mr.
if you're gonna
Optimus, welcome back.
If you're gonna bring someone back, it might as well be Garfield. But sadly, not the good Garfield. No, I'm kidding.
No, the good Garfield was, what's his name, Lonzo, Lazarus, some shit like that.
Yeah. Yep, and it definitely wasn't Bill Murray.
No, it wasn't.
He was good in what they gave him, but the film was shit.
Yeah, but honestly, what they gave him is he misunderstood the entire movie, and even though he ended up stealing the title role of Garfield from the guy who he got pissed off was voicing him in Ghostbusters.
Yep, because he made him sound like Garfield, and it's like that's weird as fuck. But you're then like, oh, I can do this. I sound like Garfield. No, fuck you. But yeah, it's a case of with like I said, the Garfield movies. He did a good job. It's just they're written shittily. They're really shit, those films, but they're still enjoyable at the same time. But speaking of shitty and enjoyable, let's go back to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I like Stanley Tucci in this movie because I like that we had a human villain who was not, evil for stupid reasons, who was just, I tried to do something that I believe will be good for the benefit of Earth, only realized at the end, oh, okay, I really screwed up. This, I admit I did not understand how evil what I was doing was. My bad.
And then quickly goes, oh, but we'll be back. Evil face. And you're like, wait, are you going to undo your own message?
He's rich, he doesn't care.
And then Galvatron is back, and then he's like, I'm Megatron again. Haha, reborn. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not as impressive as it should be.
Yeah.
Because it should be like a huge moment. Oh my god, the villain's back. But we've literally just seen you spend 3 films, 4 if you include this one. But I'm not really going to count this one as much. But we've seen 3 films of Optimus making you his bitch, and then finally getting bored and cutting you in half.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I'm back. And you're like, oh, that's good.
And mind you, that was after we also saw a movie of Sentinel making you his bitch.
Yeah. This is basically...
And being more effective at your job than you.
Yeah, because they didn't wait enough time, and because it's so soon after that he just got ripped in half easily. This is like if Brock Lesnar's in the ring, and it says anyone can come out and challenge for my belt, and Kurt Hawkins come out.
Yeah.
You bet. Well, yeah, I know how this is going to end. You're just going to get brutally murdered. Yay.
Yep.
Which is pretty much this. And Optimus is like, good. I was wanting to kill him again. This time, no, I'm going to keep his head. And they're like, oh, you're going to plug into a computer like that guy did? No, just for my trophy case. Like, if you looked closely in Optimus's lair, like inside, like when his door opened up inside his actual carriage, not lair, the way you drive. If you look at the seat mats, they were deliberately designed to look like Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf. Just their skin, that's all that was. And you're like, oh, okay. Don't fuck with Optimus, he warned them.
Yeah. Well, he even ended the movie that way. Megatron's like, I will go where the crater. The hell you will!
And he busts out the jet boots that he never had before and could have used every other movie. Just flies off like I don't know. For some reason, immediately I thought of Poochie, where he's like, I have to go to my home planet. And like he's just like, I'll do a blast off. I'm like, Where did you get those?
How much more does that annoy you when you think he didn't need Jetfire?
Yeah.
If you think logically,
That's why
this
he
isn't.
dumped him. He's like, I got jet boots. I don't need this.
Yeah, he literally didn't need Jetfire at this point. Jetfire literally sacrificed his life because Optimus was too lazy to use his boosts.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Or
Well,
because he was a Decepticon and he saw what Optimus does, and he's like, it's more humane if I help him and he just dumps me off like trash than to rip me apart.
Yeah.
Yep. He's like, well, you know what? If he wears me, what's going to happen is I'm going to get a funeral. He's not going to treat me as nastily as he does those Decepticons. I think I'm going to get a big monument in my honor. This is going to be great. He's still slightly alive and he's an Optimus. He's like, so Optimus, what's next? This. You have done that yourself, and throws him down like a bathrobe. It's cool though, because he's like part clothing. Some of the mini bots are going to stack on top of each other and wear him like a trench coat.
Yes.
Oh god. But yeah, like I said, the story's not terrible though. I like how it flowed. I think the trailers kind of lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of the trailers and all of the marketing I saw for this were just the Dinobots.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 hours before they even show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as Peter Jackson's Kong.
Yeah.
I say almost because at least this one has Transformers for the other part, or at least part of the title still featured for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, look at him ride for Dinobots. Yeah, oh, cool, this is going to be awesome. And you're watching, like, where the fuck are the Dinobots? Oh, wait, you showed us 5 minutes of a little baby dinosaur running away from Robot? What? No. It's just weird when they do that. Like, they made it seem way more than he's meant to. They almost suffered Venom syndrome. I say almost because I might actually be slightly worse than Venom syndrome because some of the trailers were showing you Goblin and Sandman, not just Venom.
Mm.
But all of these highlighted, look, and it's even called Age of Extinction to tie into the fact dinosaurs were extinct. They're like a big important feature, apparently, but no. But Bald Human is featured, and no offense, Rick, but Bald Human, I don't mean that like damn that him for being bald, but Bald Villain Human is featured throughout the whole movie. Like, oh, he's neither a Transformer nor a dinosaur. Brilliant.
Not
There you
yet. I don't know. He can control Transformium with his mind. Maybe he is a dinosaur transformer.
Possibly. Although, if anything, he'll be that baby dinosaur grown up, and he'll transform exactly like Bowser.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the after credit scene. I thought you saw that.
Well, I'm curious what's going to happen because they're meant to be crossing Transformers with G.I. Joe in the future, but when they're not doing more Transformers, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
I don't think they're doing any more G.I. Joe movies either.
Yeah, to be fair though, those ones aren't milked. They've done 2, spread out a bit. I'm okay with that. Like if they did more and actually did a Hasbro expanded universe, whatever you want to call it, with all the movies connecting, I'm okay with that because Transformers G.I. Joe have met before.
Yeah.
Well, they were going to cross over the Bumblebee movie with G.I. Joe, but they could only do it once in a lifetime. So
nice.
Smooth. Yeah, I would have been okay with the G.I. Joe thing continuing if they hadn't decided, okay, we're just going to replace the entire cast between movies, except for the dude that wears a mask whose face you don't see, and the other guy who, because of fan backlash, we're going to bring back for 10 minutes so we can kill him in the movie.
Yeah.
It happens. But but no, I kind of wanted to see it because I was like, oh, that could be fun. For like a crossover, like I wasn't expecting it to be a great movie, but I was like, that could be fun. And already in my mind, I was like, oh, what other Hasbro stuff can they cross over? And I was like, oh, yeah, Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, that's right. They're still making that, aren't they?
Yes, it's on Netflix. It's a hit Netflix show.
Oh.
And I used the word hit to mean it's on Netflix.
I was not aware that even came out. I should watch that.
No, you shouldn't. It's a cartoon and it's not that good.
Fair enough.
Stretch Armstrong and the Stretchy Brigade, or whatever the fuck his group's called.
Tell me that's not what it's called.
It's not called. It's not called on the Stretchy Brigade. I could look it up right now, but actually I will do because I know Jim would if he was still alive.
Stretch Armstrong and the Strong Arms. Wait.
There you go.
But yeah, the Hasbro tied stuff would be cool. Although this one keeps making the mistake of, like I said, each film they change history.
Yeah.
Like the next one, at least they won't be going back and changing more history chronologically. They'll be going after that because it features knights. Although, because I know one of the creators, it will be stuff before Earth's created, so kind of still that too. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Wait. I think enough. This is like, we destroyed your planet. I think you're on it right now. So it wasn't that destroyed. No, the creators, they destroyed. Oh, okay, sure. And did we hunt you? And you humans hunted it. Oh, I didn't know that.
We destroyed your planet, but it got better.
Yeah.
Its name, Rick, is worse than the one I gave you.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
If I can pull up a picture, I can't believe Stretch Armstrong's getting featured here.
I can't either.
Stretch Armstrong and the Flex Fighters.
Okay, then.
Wow. All right, then.
The hit Netflix show.
Wow.
Because apparently, with most TV shows nowadays, as long as they're on, people will call them hit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That was annoys me. You're like, that show's not good. The smash hit show. And you're like, why is it a smash hit show? No one's watching it.
The first clue that it was a hit was that 2 out of 3 people here didn't even know it was on or existed.
Yeah.
And the other one hasn't. The other one didn't even know its title properly because it's that bad.
Yeah.
I just knew it was a thing. So I heard Stretch Armstrong cartoon. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be fucking awesome. But then I saw it and like, no. Well played. Well played, Netflix. Most people, when they have a reputation for always creating groundbreaking genres, such as yourself, they like to stick to it. But no, not you, Netflix. No. You've also shown us you'll give us complete shit at before as well.
Yep.
But I will admit, not all of their shit is bad shit. I can't believe I'm saying it shit a lot too much. Like, it's a terrible show, but I really loved the Richie Rich show. Because it doesn't work for what it's supposed to be. Like, I watched it with kids, and it's kind of funny. Most of the jokes that were funniest were the ones the adults were getting. And for some reason, he has a randomly really, really fucking hot android maid for no reason, and her showing up and be like, oh, thank you, Master Richie. And you're like, this is meant to be for tiny kid. What? But it was enjoyable. I'm sad it didn't get commissioned for a 3rd season. Although, Rick, Boss Baby's on Netflix.
Oh, good.
I like that movie. And the cartoon's actually 3D.
Oh.
And it's done like the show, so that's cool.
Right.
I say that because the Trolls one is 2D, as I've watched a few of that, but yeah. But yeah, Trolls. Let's go back to our review of Trolls on Netflix.
Troll forms.
But yeah, this film, like I said, it's not terrible in terms of nothing working like the other ones, because we can rip those apart way more.
Yeah.
It's just badly executed all the way through. Like, so many scenes, like we said, don't need to be there. Like, the previous films were like, we need an explanation, and he's like, oh, they need things explaining to him. Okay, let's show a giant 10-minute sequence of a baby T-Rex running from the past. Just so they can say that we showed them that the past happened. Oh, but his house, what? It could be for foreclosure. Should we do it? No, no. He just slaps out their hand. They don't like that. They want exposition. Quick, put some people in a car. They can come out there and have a whole scene. It'll be hilarious. And it's somewhere he's just sat back like on a throne, as I imagine Michael Bay has in his house. And he's just smugly going, yeah, everything about this worked. We've got a hot daughter. Boom, we're hitting the Genetti audience. We've got we've got Kelsey Grammer for people like Frasier. So because Kelsey Grammer's in it, people will say this is a highbrow show. And you're like, oh, okay. We've got cool robots, cool villains. Optimus Prime's gonna kill people. That's cool. People like that. Exposition. Boom. Just watch. This is gonna get me the fucking Oscar. And he just like shines the table next to him. Like, what's that? This is where my Oscar's going.
I mean, I got Stanley Tucci. He's an Oscar winner. This is a lock.
Yep.
Wait, it needs one more thing. Mr. Baser, how about dinosaurs? Yes. But only at the end. I don't have time for all that.
Yes. We need to be dinosaurs right at the end. Oh, okay. And we need Optimus Prime to beat the shit out of them. Why? Because when we show Optimus beating the shit out of dinosaurs, yeah, remember Jurassic World's coming out. We're literally saying to people we're better than Jurassic World because our guy beats their guy fucking hands down. They got T-Rex. Oh no, Optimus Prime bitch slaps the T-Rex with his pimp hand.
So we're still confused about this house. You don't fucking blow it up. Just blow it up.
Yep. And somewhere in his mind, he's like, this is art. This is brilliant. Everything about this movie works.
Yes.
And what's worse is there's some people who worked on that movie where they've just been like, oh, why? Why are we doing this scene? And he'd be like, because I think it's going to give them what they need. Okay. And you know that they come home feeling like shit, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I should have just told him, but no, he probably would have fired me.
Yeah. Also, random question.
Yes, that top does make you look fatter than me.
Well, fair, but no. Does anybody else really want to hear a recording of the conversation that happened at the voiceover booth when Michael Bay had to explain to Peter Cullen why Optimus Prime was beating up dinosaurs?
At this point, I'm assuming Optimus Prime would be like, yeah, okay, I go through this movie slapping everything. You might as well send me through the past beating stuff up too.
Yes. Transformers 6 Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I will say, again, like a lot of films, the first one's okay. I did not like the second Hot Tub Time Machine. It suffers in the same way Caddyshack 2 suffers. I fucking love Caddyshack. Caddyshack 2, what the fuck is this? As I love mentioning Caddyshack 2 too, because I know most people don't watch Caddyshack 2, so I think I keep mentioning it. Fuck it. And people are like, there's no way he's going to keep bringing up a film no one has any plans to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Gleefully. Gleefully is how I'm going to bring that up. It's like Rick when he just invents games and says, no, there's a Japanese games you haven't heard of. No, we know you're making them up, but at this point we're just humoring you.
Oh, okay. Don't give away my secrets, man.
Like the other day when you were talking about, oh, do you remember that game on the Dreamcast? It was meant to be Virtual Fighters, but it became an RPG. Beat 'em up game. And you're like, that didn't happen. Yeah, it totally did. It's called Shimumu. Can't even pronounce its name, but that's what I'm going to call it, Shimumu. Oh, cool.
Shimumu. They just announced they're releasing the remaster of 1 and 2 of that on PS4 or something.
Of Shimumu, I doubt it because I literally just made up that title, but it just sounds somewhat similar because it began with a sh.
Well, yes, I'm assuming you meant Shenmue or Shenmue or however you pronounce that game. I feel like I saw a report that the 1 and 2 of that were coming to modern consoles or something, but I could be wrong.
They are. They got to hype up the third one.
Nice.
They had a Kickstarter, what, like 2-3 years ago?
It's bad.
Yeah,
I
true.
know the game exists. It's also bad I didn't play it, and I don't know if the final product actually does tie into Virtual Fighter, or if that was just what it was originally intended to be. Because originally they did say that it was meant to be tied into Virtual Fighter, and the main guy's going to be one from that and stuff. But I don't know if they just changed it entirely afterwards. Sort of like 50 Shades of Grey was Twilight fanfiction, and then they changed enough that they could sell it.
Yep.
And I say enough because, let's face it, they did change a hell of a fucking lot, considering it's a world where vampires and stuff don't even exist. Boom. Instantly, it's not Twilight at this point.
Yep.
They just took all their original stuff and they made it work, and made a shit ton of money from it, so more power from.
They did. And now she's making more money because now she's releasing the same books from the perspective of the other character. I'm not even joking.
I know. It's just, wow. Shades of 50.
Nothing. The first one, I remember the first one was just called Gray. I don't remember what the second one was. I think she's gotten up to rewriting the second one from the point of view of Christian.
To be fair, that works. Sometimes alternate perspectives can be cool.
Yeah. Also, not the first time she's done that, because there was that legendary thing where she wrote a version of Twilight that was from, or was writing a version of Twilight from Edward's perspective, but I can't remember if that ever got released. The actual
Nice.
Twilight lady.
Oh yeah. Wait, this isn't made by the Twilight person?
No, this is Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah, and just because you said they're the same lady, no, different one.
Yeah, no, my apologies.
But yeah, a lot of people do that. Like I said, like how many times has the Harry Potter woman gone, no more Harry Potter books? 1 month later, new Harry Potter book.
This is true.
It's only going to be available at auction, so you're going to have to sell for shitloads. And I'm releasing it to everyone. Fuck you.
Yep.
At that point, you're literally just being almost as greedy as, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but because I have the game, Bungie. Because Bungie Destiny 2 is still as lazy as the first, it's still as bad as the first one, with some of the stuff they've cut off, and I'm like, why? Why? I can excuse it for one. For the second one, you had a great chance to make something great. And it's still fun, but why leave that though? Why? Too many people are being greedy nowadays. But speaking of people not being greedy,
Yeah.
Sir Michael Bayes gave us this great film about dinosaurs.
Yes.
I don't even know if I should call him Sir Michael Bayes, but I will do.
In the next one, you can call him that.
Oh yeah, next one I should call him that.
That's
Yeah.
medieval one, yeah.
He's Bayosaurus Rex here.
For this one, I should call him We're Bake, the real dinosaur story.
There you go.
No, Bayosaurus also works.
It's perfect.
But yeah, like I said, I really did love. Fuck, I forgot his name again.
Lockdown?
Lockdown. Thank you.
Okay.
I keep wanting to call him Ironside. I'm like, that's not Ironside. Why the fuck am I thinking that in my head? But yeah,
For some
Because,
reason, every
because
time
once again, all the Transformers that are on just a Bumblebee look alike.
that's racist.
Whenever you're like, I forget his name, I always think you mean Mark Wahlberg, and I don't know. And I just about to go Marky Mark, and I'm like, no, he means the villain.
Yeah, Lockdown. Sorry, I always forget it unless there's giant words on the screen saying unlock. But yeah, basically, it's a case of with Lockdown. I loved his face. It was animated beautifully. He has a unique look to him for a Decepticon, and like he's got everything right to what we wanted with the Decepticons. Maybe a bit more color would have been good instead of all grey, but that's fine anyway. All grey, everything that works too. But it's a case of I like that. I loved his design. I'm really pissed that they killed him because we had a villain that looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I will say, from the bits I've seen of Next, I haven't seen all of it, but the female creator on that one looks fucking awesome.
Okay.
I like her look. So yay, they got something right with that one as well. But hopefully it's not fucking 2 hours 45 minutes.
Hopefully.
to tell the story of how Optimus Prime bitch slapped a dinosaur.
Yeah. And
Yes.
King Arthur.
And King Arthur.
Yeah. Next one will be 2 hours. 2 hours 35 minutes. It all lead to him. The last 5 minutes picking up a sword and going, "I am a knight now."
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, it's about 9 minutes shorter than this one.
Oh, good.
Oh, I mean, you know what? I mean, to probably cut off the ridiculous CGI part where a baby dragon's running through for no
Yeah.
reason for like 9 minutes of the opening. I am Sir Optimus Prime. That's just gonna be weird.
Yep.
Yeah, this one was, like you said, I think it did flow pretty well. And it made sense why they went to China, but I still like, I'm still just like, I know you're doing this to pander. And then like when he's running up the building and he stops and he's got to take that milk and like face it toward the camera, and I was like, oh god, this is somehow worse than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes 2 when he like just puts the box of Cheerios in front of them while they're talking. I was like, oh.
It's also bad. I love the Attack of the Killer Tomato films.
Those are good movies.
Yes.
I don't know
like,
why.
oh look, I made
really
it. Because they're goofy.
They are.
But he also like makes the Beats by Dre, and it's like center of the screen, like holding it out. Look, I can make this. Ooh, and you're like, good god.
You got,
My Little Pony.
you absolutely hate. You gotta hate it when people do that constantly.
I know.
Also, it is worth noting, 0 sugar.
Oh.
That's actually funny, just for people listening, if you're in the UK, because that means I won't have to pay the sugar tax.
Ah.
And that's not me taking the piss with that. They've brought in a new tax to help fight obesity. Good job. Clearly it's working. But no, they're doing something to fight obesity where they're bringing out a higher tax on drinks that have sugar in them to encourage kids to buy the sugar-free versions. Yeah, quite fascinating. No, but yeah, some of the stunts on this, like I said, are just ridiculous. They're too over the top. It reminds me of the Fast and the Furious sequels. Well, where like the first one, it's a fun little race. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then they're whipping bank vaults out of the side of buildings and doing all these heist stuff. You're like, you were a race film. It was my problem with Cars 2 of fuck off and be a race film. That's why Cars 3 is fucking awesome.
So you didn't like when they were escaping the bad guys and he drove up the abandoned building off the ramp that was magically there and landed on the other ramp? Yeah, he knew he set that up. Like bad guys are chasing him in the back of his mind. He's like, "Oh, I have it set up for this day. I'm gonna impress her dad."
It's so stupid. It's right, but I will say at one point with me hating on it for that, I will also point out a lot of action films nowadays do this. So I can't really just fault that one. Like I love, as Richter knows, I fucking love the Die Hard films. Fucking hate Die Hard 4.0 or Live Free Die Hard, I believe it's called over there.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, I'm going to crash my truck through the air and take out this helicopter. You're like, that's not the style of stunts he did. Fuck you. Why are you doing this? Yeah, look how over the top it is. Boom. But it's because after they've seen the normal style of stunts, audiences nowadays are kind of desensitized. They have to keep going bigger and bigger stunts.
Yeah.
And it's just getting ridiculous. Like I said, like the first film is still the best one of this, but this one is definitely better than 2 or 3, I feel. But its weaknesses are definitely its length.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact they never explained what happened to that important character of Baby Dinosaur. It just went, not the mama, as a missile hit it in the face.
That would have been the best way to close that scene.
Not the mama, boom, missile. Oh, that would have been amazing.
Well, give it credit. That show did end with every character freezing to death.
Yep. It's also how Survivor UK ended.
Okay.
It's not, but that'd be a fucking horrible way to end a reality TV show. Well, no, they just all got hypothermia because it's in the UK. But no, yeah, if I was going to rate this, alright, yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a thumb up. Because chances are, at this point, if you're umming and ahhing about whether or not to watch the 4th Transformers film, you've probably seen 3 Transformer films.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 if you include the animated one, but not everyone who's seen these will have seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
You've definitely seen at least 1 or 2 of those fucking live action films. Therefore, the bar, if you've seen any of the sequels that aren't number 1, that are after the first one, it's pretty low. So this will go over it. So I'm like, you'll enjoy it. It's fun. It introduces new characters. It's got Richter's favourite stuff of all time, of Optimus Prime being Killy to one of his favourite characters with a blade, saying, "Join me or die, motherfucker."
Yeah.
And Dinosaur's like, "Oh, okay." Like, he doesn't even put up a fight. That's the worst part. Like, in the originals and in most stuff, Rick, if he did that to Grimlock, how fucking mad and dead would he be?
Probably pretty.
Yeah, but this one, Grimlock's like, "Oh, tiny guy put a blade to my neck. He win." Oh, okay. But like I said, the new humans are cool. The villain, I really fucking loved Lockdown. I remembered his name. Whoop. The reason I remembered his name is because of the joke about unlock. But yeah, I've remembered his name for this one. I don't know why I kept blanking on it, but yeah, there wasn't enough Bumblebee. Because obviously isn't Bumblebee away at this point, I think. Unless he was in the movie and I just missed him. Because it seemed like every time I remember people talking about Bumblebee, he wasn't around.
Now he was there because I remember he was one of the 3 that Optimus summoned after he woke up in Marky Mark's garage, and then they took off and he turned himself back into a modern truck.
Ah, fair enough.
So I know he at least appeared in that scene, but I can't remember he didn't appear much after that. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, I think they didn't focus on him as much because Sam wasn't there, and they were like buddies.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So they didn't kind of point him out. He was there for chunks. He broke into the.
But now Optimus is the one with the buddy.
Yeah, Optimus has a buddy now.
He does.
Because if there's one thing Optimus needs, it's a reason to be the focus of a Transformers adventure.
Yeah.
Yes.
He needs a good cop to his bad cop.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. Even though the good cop in question also threatened to shoot the shit out of someone because they touched his car.
He threatened to beat a couple and a realtor for showing up at a foreclosed property to try to sell it.
Yeah, this is terrible. It's terrible. Like, no, they're like the worst version of Sam and Bumblebee.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, it's pretty good. It's pretty good overall. It has a couple of weaknesses, but it has a lot of weaknesses, but it's still fun. So yeah, you thumb up.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say one line I really liked, real quickly, when Grimlock first turns into or when he turns into the dinosaur. Like I think it was I thought the funniest part of the movie in Drift is like, oh, I thought he was going to become a big car, and I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I love that.
I would say, yeah,
the giant cars, the dinosaurs are plowing through the field.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't think he'd become a dinosaur. Like, I could see that, they all become cars, and then when a dinosaur, and he's like, I could have become a dinosaur? Fuck. I'm just randomly a helicopter in that one scene. But yeah, I would say it's not bad. And actually thinking about it, I'm wondering if you couldn't watch the first movie and then skip 2 and 3 and watch this, and it would probably make it just as much sense. Because at the end of the first one, Megatron's dead. And then when he's just like, oh, I've come back, you're like, oh, okay. The only thing I think you wouldn't understand is why it says, like, remember Chicago or whatever. Like, you wouldn't know what the Battle of Chicago is. But a lot of the other stuff, even if you're like, oh, where are the old Autobots? You're like, oh, there's a team hunting them down. And you'd probably just connect, oh, then they're all dead. Like, you probably wouldn't even wonder what happened to Ironhide specifically. You'd just be like, I guess he got off screen.
Well, if you saw the first movie, you probably wouldn't be surprised that they're all dead. They had the shittest medic ever.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love that scene when, when it's like, oh, look, here's Ratchet dying. I was like, good. He sucked. Like, he was awful. I'm not sad at all. Optimus is like, no. I'm like, why are you so angry? He didn't help anybody. You're better off for him.
Yep. He's almost as bad a doctor as anyone in the TV show Quincy that's not Quincy. They're like, no, this is natural causes, all these bullets in his back. And Quincy's like, nope, I've got a theory. Hear me out. I'm like, oh? What if he was shot? You're crazy, sir. You're crazy. These are natural growths that happen to be made of lead that are growing inside of him in puncture holes.
This man has lead poisoning. Sure.
But, yeah. God, every medic, like, same with Diagnosis Murder, anyone that's not fucking Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
It's like, his team, like, they're just so useless. Like, they'll just like, oh, it's got to be a natural thing. And each time, like, nope, they were poisoned. No, someone dressed up as a dragon and then gave him a heart attack, then rolled them into jelly, then lit them on fire, then dragged them through mud. What did you say it was? They died of hepatitis.
That's why I like House, because at least on House the doctors legitimately tried. They just misdiagnosed shit. They were at least trying to diagnose the shit legitimately.
Yeah, at least on House they're normally really rare actual diseases, and you're like, oh, that's cool. These ones are just like someone sabotaged someone. No one else figures out except for whichever cop is the focus, or the doctor is the focus. And I love how it stands up in court too, that the fucking doctor decided he had a hunch and went and investigated this guy's house, and not once did they say, wait, that's improper evidence, this guy's going to get free now? God, we need to do a whole video just on those shows. Person who's blank, who secretly is a cop on the side, boom. Whole video of that.
Anyway, yeah, I like Transformers: The Age of Extinction as compared to the other three, because I think Mark Wahlberg makes a better protagonist.
I was gonna say, I think it was still Richter's.
Oh, I thought Richter was done. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I think that was about it. Yeah, it was decent. It wasn't great, but I almost feel you should just skip 2 and 3 and go to this if you're gonna watch them. But yeah, it's like, if kind of like Mole said, if you've seen 2 and 3, this one's not horrible. You might as well see this one too.
Let's see what happens to Bumblebee. Maybe you could do the first one, Bumblebee, and then this, and maybe that'll connect them properly.
There you go. Maybe.
Ooh, I wouldn't recommend watching Bumblebee and then this, because literally John Cena looks like sort of Mark Wahlberg if he was slightly shittier.
He's deflated John Cena.
Like, those two could pull twin magic, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Except that John Cena is the more buff, superior version, so you can clearly see why Mark Wahlberg's wife left him and took his kids and went to John Cena.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I like Mark Wahlberg as a better protagonist than Shia LaBeouf. I think it's more enjoyable to watch, and he looks more like he's involved in what's going on and exactly trying to do things, rather than Shia, who just keeps getting thrown into situations.
The mock that Triple H wants to wrestle is a better protagonist than Shia LaBeouf.
This is true. I'm still waiting for that match. WrestleMania 35, make it happen. But overall, I think, aside from the length, I think it was an enjoyable movie. I like Stanley Tucci. I thought he did a good job. I thought the premise of, we're trying to make our own Transformers was a clever idea. Much like the other movies, yes, we have a clever idea, but we're not going to fully execute it. The Dinobots were cool, but they should have been in the movie more.
Yeah, I will say that's my problem. That's my only problem with the length, Jim. It's just because nothing's executed well. Like, when I go to see, and yes, I'm wearing it again, Infinity War.
Nice.
I expect that to be 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, because of all the shit they need to cram into it.
Yeah,
it will work, and it will work with that one, because I don't feel they're going to execute it as poorly as this one. Of like, oh, we're going to waste 5 minutes on a scene of just fucking Falcon doing a little running away from a postman scene for no reason. And you're like, really? And what? You can't fit Guardians in the movie properly now because you did the fucking that?
Yep. But overall, like I said, I throw this at an 85. I think it's an enjoyable movie. It's a Transformers movie, so it definitely still has problems, but I think it's better than the previous three. I thought this, maybe not the first one, but it's definitely better than 2 and 3. I think it's probably about on par with the first one. It's an enjoyable film, and if you don't mind a 3-hour movie and you have the time, it's definitely worth watching if you like Transformers, and you don't mind Optimus being a crazy kill machine.
Don't mind. I like Optimus being a crazy kill machine. He's my favorite robot from a fictional universe that's probably going to murder us all.
Nah.
It goes Optimus, Terminator.
Ah.
The giant thing from RoboCop that tells us to get the hell away. Funzo.
Yes. I approve. All right. Well, this has been a review of Transformers: The Age of Extinction. Be sure to join us next month when we finish out the existent franchise as it stands now with the 5th film, Transformers: The Last Night.
And just because we got everyone here for this one,
Okay.
I'm going to skip to May. The next one will be either the 13th or the 22nd or the 26th. Or let's say the 12th or the 26th, depending on which one you guys want to do.
Okay.
I'll let Richter vote.
12th or the 26th?
Yes.
They're both Saturdays.
They are. Unless you prefer Sundays when we have the 13th and 27th.
12th. Sounds good.
12th it is.
Go with the 12th.
The only reason it wouldn't be the 19th is that's the Saturday closest to the 20th. Literally,
right.
As close
Plus
as possible.
games.
That'll be the plus. That'll be the PlayStation Plus review.
Okay, let's do this in here.
And I tried to do it for Saturday, so there would be one day after it for your shitty whatever the fuck you do countdown. I believe it's called.
Thank you.
Where it's like top 6 oranges you've purchased this month.
Something like that. Somewhere in that general vicinity.
Okay,
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Number 1 was a Granny Smith's apple, and we all just lost our shit.
Yes.
Table.
Anyway, we will see you next time for that, folks. Peace.
Transformers.